This is your 2023-2024 contest season category video for performance. We are going to talk about what a performance will look like this year at the district, regional, and state level of Tennessee History Day. Tennessee History Day is proudly presented by the Tennessee Historical Society. It's a nonprofit membership organization in Nashville. And outside of putting on History Day, we also publish the Tennessee Historical Quarterly. We have lots of programming, things like our online series, Tennessee 101. And we also host the Tennessee Encyclopedia of History and Culture on our website. If you're interested in joining as a student or educator, we do have a special rate for you of $35. You'll just send me an email and I'll make sure you get set up with that discount. So let's look at the performance category itself. First, I do want to mention to keep in mind that the topic shapes the category. So make sure that your topic lends itself to being a better performance than it would be, say, a paper or exhibit. Make sure that you are choosing the best way to present your historical argument. Outside of that, this is great for students who have the time to not only do that research, but also write a script, block out a performance, practice, and be able to present it. They need to be able to understand narrative, how to tell a story, not only with words, but with your presentation. You also need to think about if you're wanting to do this by yourself or in a group. If you choose to do it as a group, how will you collaborate? Are you able to do this all at school, in class? Do you need after school time? Can some of this be done online remotely, maybe meeting on Zoom and talking through some stuff that way? And also, how is your story best conveyed? Is it best in one person, or does it need multiple people to make your argument? Keep in mind, you will need to submit a recording this year at registration deadline. I'll talk more about that later. So, quickly with technology needs for performance, outside of the recording, you are allowed to use lights, sound, things like that. But keep in mind, all of that is student operated. You will need to record your performance and submit it as an MP4 file via SmugMug. We do have guides that help you with this on your regional webpage. This is just a one take recording with no post processing, meaning there's no editing, there's no cutting clips together. It is one take of your dress rehearsal, and that is all we need. Does this mean you can't make changes after you submit your project? We know that changes might happen. I understand that. I will strongly encourage you not to tinker too heavily with what you have done. Try to have your performance and your materials contest ready by deadline. You are still performing at the contest. You still need to bring the props that you have. Everything in the recording needs to be there as well. And keep this in mind, if you're using a couch in your recording, then I expect that couch to be at the contest. So maybe don't use the couch. Make sure that everything that is in there is what you plan to use at the contest. You are still going to be interviewed by the judges, and nothing about the contest structure itself will change. This is just preparation for the potential of unforeseen contest interruptions because of weather, because of illness. We know how chaotic Tennessee can be in February. Consider this recording just your dress rehearsal. You don't need to pan the camera. We don't need any theatrics in that way, just the theatrics you are performing on stage. Make sure that you are doing the lighting. Everything will be as it is at the contest. So, speaking of other people doing lights and things like that for you, we do have something called adult assistance or reasonable help when we are thinking about what we expect a student to be able to do and what we know they will need help with. Um, Costumes and props, you can have assistance in producing your costumes or props, but the design, choice of fabrics, things like that must be the students. You can buy or rent a costume, that's fine. But make sure that you, the student, is the one leading the charge with what that looks like and what will be best for their performance. If you want some more details on this, see Rule 10, which is page 16 in the rule book for more information regarding reasonable help. And again, with that recording, an adult may operate the camera for you. That is fine. They can be the one to press play or help you format your file for submission. You can edit out dead air at the beginning or the end, but it needs to be one continuous take. Now, keep in mind, most contest settings for performances, you're going to be in an empty room. You have a plain wall or a curtain behind you. So for your performance, try to have a plain background when you are practicing at home. And you can have one that you create for your recording or performance instead of like a busy decorated space. It may help you get more into the mindset of the contest. So, with rules for submission this year, costumes and props, please only use backgrounds and props that you will be bringing to your live performance. I mentioned that earlier. If you aren't bringing a couch to your regional contest, don't have it in your recording. And again, any audio recording, music, or media that you have there needs to be part of the performance. You don't need to add in audio over the video itself. Individual and group performances should be recorded in one take, regardless of the platform, and editing of any kind is not permitted. Just one continuous take. Like I said earlier, this is your dress rehearsal. Just upload it for us so we can have it there in case we need it. Remember, in the performance category, you are being judged on not just your performance, but also your process paper and your bibliography. Those things will need to be submitted at the registration deadline, as well as your recording. Be sure to focus on these things. Do not forget them. This is your first introduction a judge has. So they will read these in advance of the contest and make sure that you are following the guidelines there and not forgetting to edit them. Submission of entry. So you will go to your regional page and click Performance Uploads, and it'll take you to a PDF page where it has each link by category and division. So junior individual performance, if that's what you're doing, you'll click the link next to that, and you put your one take performance video. Let's look at where you put your paperwork, your process paper, and your annotated bibliography. They need to have your cover sheet, then that paper, then your bibliography in that order as one PDF, and it'll be uploaded here. You'll click Upload File next to Entry Paper. You don't have to do this at the time of registration when you first initiate your registration, but you do need to make sure you don't forget to go back in and upload your file. If you're looking for help with performance specifically, NHG does have a book called How to Create a Historical Performance, and you just go to nhg.org and click Shop at the top. We have resources for you too. Educators, we have a toolkit for you, and students, we have a toolkit for you. Both of those are linked on our website. I'll show you where that is located in the next slide. And there's lots of things on here for you, not just for performance specifically, but for the theme, for rules, for organizing yourself as you're preparing for the contest. There's also the performance rubric. Make sure you're familiar with that in advance of the contest. And then there's videos called Performance Perspectives that help students make sure that they are putting their best foot forward with their performance and being leery of things like appropriation or cultural insensitivity. We need to be aware of those things too when it comes to the performance category. If you're interested in some more resources or getting to those toolkits, you're going to go to our website, tennesseehistory.org, go to the Tennessee History section, and then there's a Getting Started page. Here you'll find the toolkit links, other links as well. These are all in the toolkit too. And then contest information and office hours. If you click that button, it takes you to a page that looks like this. The category videos are here, some general dates at the top, and then office hours. I'll talk a little bit more about office hours later. If you are in any of the counties you see on the screen here, then your registration is open and your deadline is October 27th. That's a Friday at 11:59 Eastern. And if you're in the purple area, that is Northeast 1, your contest is Friday, November 17th, 2023. And if you are in the gray, that is Northeast 2, your contest is Thursday, November 30th, 2023. Make sure that you have your written materials and your recording uploaded by Friday, October 27th. If you place first or second in either of these districts, or if you are in any of the other counties, your regional deadline is it opens Friday, December 1st, 2023. For educators, their registration deadline is Tuesday, January 16th, 2024. And students, your registration deadline is Thursday, February 1st, 2024. That recording and your written materials need to be uploaded and registration needs to be completed by 11:59 Eastern, February 1st. If you have questions about performance, about the rubric, things like your written materials, formatting, anything like that, issues with registration. I'm having office hours, and they start at 4 p.m. Central, and you can register on our website. And I'll just be hanging out in a Zoom room, and you can come and go as needed, pop in, ask your question, and then head out. My name is Nikki Ward. I'm the state coordinator of Tennessee History Day. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to help. My email is historyday@tennesseehistory.org. Just send me a message and we'll see what we can do. Thanks so much, and happy History Day.